Hey guys, wanted to do an update video on my FMA thick and heavy version Maritime helmet and kind of show you where I landed as far as transplanting parts from the TMC Maritime over, as well as individual items that I purchased for this build. And the goal of this was to get a helmet that looks as close as possible to the real OpsCore Maritime without actually purchasing an OpsCore Maritime helmet for airsoft use. So starting off, the Velcro, this is what TMC includes with their Maritime helmet. It's a lot more saturated and rich looking than the FMA Velcro that they include. So I think that provides the necessary contrast between the shell color and the Velcro to make it look more realistic. So that's what I did there. And the Shroud is the one that I bought previously. It's a Tier 9 skeleton shroud, replica of the OpsCore skeleton shroud, and the nuts I'm using are actually from the TMC Maritime. They're a flat tan rather than the same like finish that Tier 9 includes. It's like the shiny metal color for the nuts, so I used the TMC Maritime ones because that is the proper look for the real OpsCore skeleton shrouds. And the rails, these are actually from the TMC Maritime as well. They have the OpsCore logo, so that's why I decided to keep them with this helmet. And comparing the rails to what FMA includes, they're pretty much the same. I didn't notice any difference between like mounting accessories like my Tax Guide Peltor Comtac 3 replicas. They fit both rails just fine. And then moving to the inside, the Octadial and like the fit band and stuff, this is actually from the TMC Maritime. It has the rubberized dial back here. The straps are good, has the headlock, I guess, trademarks on it. And the padding is pretty thin back here, which is what you would want. The padding that FMA includes is like super thick back here as well as super thick up here, so I use the TMC Octadial and fit band. This is called the EPP front pad. That's what OpsCore calls it. And the ones that were included both with the FMA and the TMC were quite a bit thicker than they're supposed to be and not very squishy, so that there was this large gap between where your head actually sits and where the helmet actually ends. So I bought a real one from Gentex. Gentex owns OpsCore now, I believe, and the sizing was actually a little weird on these. So this is technically like a medium-large helmet, so I thought I would order the medium-sized EPP front pad, and what they sent me was a small medium. So if you're looking for one of these front pads, you would want to order a large for a medium-large helmet, or an extra-large if you have a large extra-large helmet. So the sizing was a little weird on Gentex's website, but I actually had to modify this one. So these have little plastic loops, I guess you would call them, and I actually had to Dremel new holes so that the screws would go through and it would keep it centered. But it works out just fine. It's not going anywhere, and it's just a front pad, so it wasn't too bad. And then finally, the pads I have inside are actually genuine OpsCore as well. This is a 1/2 rear pad, and then these are actually 3/4 inch pads, which a lot of people don't use because they're super thick, but I actually cut them with a knife, so they're actually probably closer to a 1/2 inch. And I really like the OpsCore padding, nice and squishy, and provides pretty good ventilation, I think. And then finally, I did take the OpsCore Maritime sticker from the TMC Maritime and put it in the helmet there. So as a whole, I think that kind of rounds it out and completes my replica of the OpsCore Maritime helmet. Thanks for watching.